So Prime is actually super aggressive with their defense, pushing straight forward. They sort of let the payload get under the archway, and all of a sudden are turning on the heat a little bit. They will end up backing off a little bit, though.
Okay, now all set up. Blam on May is the first thing I notice. Just shooting those ice spikes endlessly. B dropped on Symmetra is going to provide that teleporter. I don't actually see a teleporter up just yet. There's actually Symmetra on offense as well, and their Symmetra turrets are all over both sides of this wall back here. That's very interesting. I guess lots of Genjis are using that wall to get quickly back into the fight. But here we go. Looks like we are starting to battle a little bit now. B dropped has placed his teleporter. Actually, no, that's the offensive one. Adam has placed his teleporter. And we talked a little bit earlier about Cloud9's roster. Adam and Kai both coming from the guild Vodka, World of Warcraft raid guild that was always competing for world firsts. So these guys are used to fighting big monsters, and I guess you could consider Prime big monsters. There's a Reinhardt in there.
We must locate it.
But they are just trying to push slowly forward. Grego on Zenyatta trying to actually push the payload against a Reinhardt looks kind of weird, but really you need those offensive characters, Surefour and Reaver, to actually get the job done. Surefour does have a Discord Orb, no Harmony Orb right now, so he is going to get whacked pretty quickly there. Pulse Bomb goes out, but nothing actually dies.
Very solid defense so far by Prime. You know, it feels like the map just started, but we're already 2.5 minutes in. And this payload has not moved very far yet. I mean, this is, you almost have to let the payload get under this archway. Like, it's almost impossible to stop it from getting here, so they haven't made much progress at all yet. The slightly more standard hero composition seems to be holding strong so far. We'll see if there's a switch up. There is actually a switch up. Reaver's gonna move on over to Pharah, and we do also have the bet switching on over to Reinhardt, so they decided the 4 support 2 DPS meta was not for them right here, right now.
Look at
and
that.
Man, they're switching around like
Double
crazy.
Mercy, double Pharah. It looks like they don't know who.
Whoa.
It doesn't look like they know
Look
who
at
they
this.
want, or they're doing this on purpose.
This is so cool. I'm loving this composition.
Alright, I'm going to third person because this is going to look pretty crazy with Pharah's just raining justice.
Wow, never seen this before.
Yeah, so this
I
is
like
triple
it.
Pharah, double Mercy, and a Winston to actually push the payload. Complete air superiority. I guess the Genji Tracer Zen comp is countered by heavy ground, so they're counter to the counter, I guess. This could be on the fly or maybe rehearsed. I'm actually not sure, but Reaver, Surefour, and Tibet all on Pharah right now, slowly getting picked apart actually by McCree. Gods on McCree is just having a great time shooting down these Pharahs. 2 kills so far for him.
Yeah, seeing some ice bolts get thrown at him as well. We do have a Winston in play to pop open that shield.
Ooh, the May ult goes out too. Doesn't connect with anything. There's the first barrage, and he gets picked off very quickly. No one has died on the defense since the switch.
Yeah, this is not working.
One Zen went down, but he's back already thanks to the teleporter from
man.
B-Drop.
Wow. Cloud9 is getting completely smashed so far. This was a really interesting switch up, but it hasn't worked out yet. I'm not sure what they need to do, because obviously they're trying new things here. But look at this. They've moved over to an entirely 100% standard, I'm using air quotes, you can't see it right now. Standard lineup now. 2 tanks, 2 support, 2 DPS. Back to the basics.
Yeah, the meta's cyclical, right? In a game with counters, basically your meta is going to just constantly shift to counter the next best thing, counter the next best thing. Now we're back to where we started in Phase 1 with these very typical Pharah Mercy, Reinhardt Lucio combos. And McCree is just the filler DPS always now, it seems.
Yeah, McCree definitely coming back into the meta in a huge way. People were really favoring Reaper for quite some time, but McCree has made his name known, and God, I haven't watched it from first person, but I just keep seeing him on the kill feed constantly. He's constantly up there, getting more kills.
Just now he had the sick Deadeye, 1 fan, and a roll and shot just to get that 4th kill, but the last 2 definitely were helped by the teammates. The first 2 were a good drop-down Deadeye, but great job to Prime actually defending here against Cloud9 completely.
Play of the game.
Prime is making a case for, I don't know, Team Liquid or something. Who's the next team to get picked up? It seems like folks in North America are getting picked up first. But yeah, CLG, TSM, Team Liquid, we're looking at you guys. And I know Prime is going to be eagerly anticipating the phone call or email.
Well, I haven't won anything yet. I still have to try to push.
Getting a little bit ahead of myself, but wow. I mean, that is a shocking hold against Cloud9. They're on the first point of Dorado. Really, really surprised to see that.
Yeah, great stuff out of Prime. Glad I got back into the game in time to catch that. So there's no time set. No checkpoint was even reached. All Prime has to do is reach that first checkpoint with the payload, and they will take this first map. If they can't, it'll be a draw, and we'll move into game number 2. Winner of game number 2 will win the series instead.
Prepare to attack.
Yep, and here we go. Moving on to the second half of Dorado. We are tuned into the semifinals of the GosuGamers NA Weekly number 7. Shoutouts to the sponsors. A reminder to everyone out there, you can donate to the prize pool of this tournament by going to Matcherino and donating. You'll put money directly into the prize pool. It's one of the sponsors as well of this tournament. Thanks to Rockcat and DX Racer as well. My name is Fishsticks. I'm with Joshy, and we're casting what could end up being a crazy upset, and the second crazy upset of the day for Prime. I'm not trying to say Prime isn't a good or great team.
No, I mean,
but
in the past they haven't posted any real results like this, so I think this is even their first top 4 in quite a while. So beating Flat Earth, which is ranked in the top 4 in the world, is definitely a big upset.
Oh yeah.
Spo has found his perfect time. He's been playing Zen literally since beta came out, I think. And now that Zen is like the all-star, he's probably just thrilled. He's like the hardest Zen to kill in casual matches. I run up against all these guys from time to time, but definitely take note of the ones that I find impossible to kill. And Spo's Zenyatta, for some reason, he's only got 150 HP. He still just seems unkillable.
Yeah, so it does look like Prime is running with this crazy composition. 4 support, 2 Genjis. Let's see if it works out for them a little bit better. And it's a strong push across the right-hand side. So 3 folks taking the far right angle. The rest holding onto the payload and pushing that forward. And this is a huge, huge flank here. Both Genjis are coming from behind, but they have to face off against Surefour, who's waiting. And they've rotated appropriately to deal with the Genjis, but has this pulled them out of position? That's the question here. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what Prime is looking for at this point. And here come both Genjis.
Oh man, that was kind of interesting. The payload pushed really solidly there during all that time, but of course this is just the first choke point that they've gotten to. This first choke can be very difficult to break through, as defense usually has a teleporter set up very nearby. It's hard to get air control when defense has control of that ledge over the payload. But Genjis, of course, being super mobile, should be able to work something out. They just need to pick their targets. And I would say the best targets on the defense right now are Adam on Zenyatta and Kai on Symmetra, if they can happen to find them. But they also, at the same time, the Genjis are responsible for keeping their own backline alive. And that very aggressive defensive teleporter placed by Kai gets taken out immediately by Gods, who I was spectating on Genji. So that's one teleporter they're not going to have for a while.
Oh, never mind. JKW has been taken down by Adam, playing Zenyatta for his team. And we talked about this last week. I've never yet seen a full hold on the first objective, double full hold on the first objective. I have not seen that yet in Overwatch, which is a great thing. You don't want to see that. And it looks like we're dangerously close to heading that direction right now.
Yeah, there's no offense happening though. Like, the kill feed is just empty. If you stall out here, there's no way you can make it to that first choke. They're in the first choke point. They have to make it to the first checkpoint, which is basically just right up the street here past this fountain. But if they can't get any kills, they're not going to be able to ever move forward. I see defensive ults popping out. There's a Genji sword from the defense. Surefour slicing right through Gods. And now it looks like he wants to take out... Yep, Blam is down now as well. So the offensive characters for Prime unable to move the defense of Cloud9 at all.
Yeah, and the teleporter is up, but it's down just as quickly. So that's not really working out here. Blam has switched over to Widowmaker, so folks...
And God's on the
The one thing I am liking about this match, even though we haven't seen a whole lot of action, is just how aggressively the teams are switching up their comps. And I love that. I mean, I think it's a really cool aspect of the game that you can catch your opponent so off guard by just switching everything up, and that's what they're doing here. It didn't work for Cloud9, and it doesn't appear to be working yet for Prime, but I do like the thought at least.
Yeah, Blam got picked pretty quickly as Widow, so unable to take any shots there. Gods as McCree, if he can actually stay behind that Reinhardt and stick with Lucio, should be able to pick off some of the squishier targets in the back, but their comps look very similar right now. Surefour's still on Genji, though, and they need to have an answer for him. Cloud9's pushed all the way up now. Surefour taking out Blam. Debet and Kai are down on defense, so this could open the choke a little bit. I don't see... There is actually a teleporter. It's up in the top left sniper spot, so they need to just get here. If they can get out of this underpass and by the fountain, that makes it a lot easier to flank, and it makes it a lot easier to hold on to the payload. High Noon is out now for Gods. He's not going to get any targets. He is most likely getting canceled, get us 50% back. There he does. Flash and Fan onto Genji does take out Surefour, and Grego and Kai all go down. Gods is just going crazy with support from Blam over behind his shoulder there.
Tibet keeping his team alive, just barely though, as the Reinhardts will splash into each other, and this is looking so good for Prime to take the first map. They have to just push this thing a few more inches. Surefour will dive on, but it is kind of a desperate dive. Now he's outnumbered. His teammates are coming to help though, so in a decent position to keep holding this a little bit longer. And a reminder, folks, all Prime has to do is move this payload forward about 6 inches, and they win this the first map in the semifinals.
Easier said than done. Here's Gods with the Deadeye, and the defensive matrix from D.Va out in front to keep him alive during the Deadeye. It doesn't look like he actually got anything done. Reinhardt's shield is up, and everyone else just kept LOS. No one was able to flank and try to touch the payload, but now JKW and Meb are up here. Blam is trying to take his free shots. Gods goes down. Reaver actually gets the better of him in that McCree duel. Blam's still just taking shots at the Reinhardt shield. If that shield breaks, they may have an opportunity. D.Va ults on the side there and does not kill anyone, but does force them into a kind of a weird spot. Surefour off of Genji onto Tracer now. Payload is heavily fortified here with 4 players of the defensive side. 5 seconds left. I don't think either side is going to make it. Oh, Gods with the ninja! He's not going to make it though. Adam shows up just in time to contest, and Tracer does go down. Overtime is still triggered though. Spo with the Transcendence does get picked off by Reaver, and now with the High Noon, I think that is going to be it. Wow, great ninja attempt though.
So double full hold on the first objective. Literally my nightmare. This is Brink all over again, folks. I don't know if you guys remember what that game was like played competitively. Luckily, there's still exciting and fun stuff happening here, but double full hold on the first objective means it's a tie. So I think both teams get a point, correct?
Yeah, it can be treated as 1-1. Because the winner of Game 2 will decide it. If it's a draw in Game 2, the winner of Game 3 will decide it. So you can treat it as a 1-1. That's what I'll put on the scoreboard.